It is exactly 10 p.m. in the studios of UBC TV. Hello there and welcome to our second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. But first, here are our top stories.
Brought to you by
How to get points. Just use MTN to make calls, send SMS, load airtime, buy bundles, or pay for MTN subscription services.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Stories tonight: the Directorate of Immigration phases out readable passports. Parliament finalizes preparations to receive the body of late Speaker Jacob Oulanyah. A price of commodities tripled during the holy month of Ramadan. And in sports, Kireka Air wins classical and rapid versions as D-Mark triumph in Bliss.
Was brought to you by Everywhere you go, MTN.
Once again, we are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. My name is Rukidi Edward Kiijanangoma. The Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration Control has phased out the old machine-readable passports for electronic or e-passports effective Monday, April the 4th, 2022. The Directorate of Citizenship and Immigration says no Ugandans traveling abroad will be allowed to use the old machine-readable passports, and the cost of an ordinary international East African e-passport costs only 250,000 Ugandan shillings, as we hear in this report.
To let you know that, I know that today is the deadline to use this passport. This is the deadline, and now Ugandans traveling abroad are going to be using this passport. I also know that traffickers, one of the ways they use to control victims is by withdrawing their documents. And I know right now they will lie to you. It is so easy for them to lie to you that now the passports are no longer in use, and so you are in this country illegally. I want to let you know that we can return you even without this passport. The licensed recruitment agencies. On that note, there are also about 15 people are offloaded per week. Those are victims, because a victim of trafficking is that one who has already been trafficked and that one who is in the process. You know that about 30 return per day. Those ones who have concluded their contracts. So that is to show you that somebody can actually go abroad to work and return properly. So if your passport is withdrawn, don't fear to go, to follow it. They just guide you on the procedures, and indeed, according to this report, there are several people who have been guided and have actually left through the recruitment agency. So that is very, very important. And we also want to thank parents, because many parents have also tipped us off because they hear that their children are living.
Now, Parliament has finalized preparations to receive the body of the late Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, at Parliament on Tuesday this week. According to the program, members of Parliament will spend a night today within the precincts of Parliament, holding a vigil ahead of the arrival of the body in Parliament on Tuesday morning, where it will spend another night till Wednesday morning. Meanwhile, former Chief Justice Bart Katurebe, Busoga Kingdom Prime Minister Joseph Muvala, and a delegation of legislators from the Democratic Republic of the Congo also signed the condolence book in honor of the late Speaker Jacob Oulanyah.
All preparations to receive the body of the late Speaker Jacob Oulanyah at Parliament on Tuesday this week are done. According to the parliamentary program, the body of the deceased speaker will arrive at 9 a.m. and spend the entire night of Wednesday at the foyer of Parliament. All MPs start the 2 days night vigil at Parliament today, with male legislators putting on bow ties, which was a trademark of the late Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Lokore Olanya. A tent where MPs will spend the 2 nights as they mourn has been mounted.
Preparations are underway here at Parliament. Besides me, but we also resolved that all MPs would be dressed in the signature of Right Honorable Jacob Olanya, that's in the black suit and the white shirt and the bow tie, just still to maintain and to mourn the great man that has been our Speaker in this House. You have seen the tents are prepared, like in any other barrier arrangements. In Uganda, they say kukumalumbe. So as Parliament tonight, we shall be kukumalumbe chisik here. Some members that are at will be staying here for a night as we wait to receive the body tomorrow.
Meanwhile, former Chief Justice Ndakaturebe has urged parliamentarians to take on the goals that former Speaker had outlined, including improved debating standards. He made the appeal shortly after signing the condolence book at Parliament.
And my message to Parliament, to members of Parliament, to you, Honourable Speaker, Deputy Speaker and Speaker, is that the goals that Honourable Olanya had set out about improving the standards of debate in Parliament, about accountability in Parliament, are the things that Parliament should take up and try and live up to.
Busoga Kingdom Prime Minister Joseph Muvawala signed the condolence book too and delivered the heartfelt message from the Chabazinga of Busoga.
Katusaba kibumbo omu weekend omwoyo gw'omugenzi agulamuze kisa era ni Parliament ejje mu maiso ekola emirimu egyo gyonna Jacob Olanya gyeyenda okola ngera bagikola mu ngeri gyeyenda okikolamu.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa, also received a delegation of legislators from the Democratic Republic of Congo, who also passed on their condolences on the death of the late Speaker, Jacob Olanya.
It's been a difficult period for us, but when we receive visitors like yours, like you, we really feel that indeed we are loved and we feel someone is praying for us.
Shamim Naiga, Gloria Gutabenji, UBC News.
Meanwhile, the Acholi Parliamentary Caucus is demanding for a decent burial for the late Speaker Jacob Lokore Olanya. The chairperson for Acholi Parliamentary Caucus, also Clark County Member of Parliament, Anthony Akol, says if government cannot facilitate the burial, they should allow Ugandans to contribute. This was during a press conference of members of Parliament from Acholi sub-region at parliamentary buildings here in Kampala.
Using his own cows at home to feed the mourners when he was number 3 in the country. You are talking about how much money you need. The money we need is this amount. Whether it is possible to raise it or not, the willingness is too much. We are even taking long. If we had opened a line yesterday, by today it would be done. Many people have been calling me, sending text messages, send for us the telephone number, the mobile number that you are going to use. And I think from here, we are going to open a number. And we want to register with MTN, we register with Airtel, so that people can send the money. And you've seen the willingness from members of Parliament.
Join my colleagues in saying that let government come out very clearly and we drop this issue of state burial. Then we bury in an official way. After all, he was a member of Parliament. He deserves official burial, and that's what we can go with. 2, as members of Parliament, as a people of Uganda, of goodwill, we are able to collect this money and give him a decent...
We are burying a politician. And this is not just an ordinary member of Parliament like me, but a regional central executive chairman of the NRM party. All of you saw the effort Right Honorable put in northern Uganda to mobilize us. He packaged the information of development, of peace, of unity. That is why we voted. And as NRM, I am more pained.
Jacob Olanya is not just someone from Omoro. Jacob Olanya was a speaker, and we demand for a decent send-off of the speaker. Anyway, if the COVID-19 affected the economy, we are saying it is okay. Let's leave the state burial
we can send off Jacob as people of Uganda and send him off peacefully. We don't want to be coming here. The blackmail out there about us leaders, we want money for ourselves. We have collected money to support the decent send of Jacob.
Now, on Thursday, April the 7th, Gulu District Council will hold a joint council meeting for councillors from Acholi, West Nile and Lango sub-regions in honour of the late former Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Jacob Lokori Ulanya. The joint council meeting will honour the fallen Speaker of Parliament, Ulanya, as the former Vice Chairperson of NRM for Northern Uganda. Take a watch.
And this school is a testimony to the whole world and to the children in this country that no matter where you come from, no matter where your background is, you can still achieve the greatest height at that level of being the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. Why do I say it's historical in nature? Because the late Speaker, Jacob Ulanya, when he's in Omoro district, he used to fellowship and pray together with the Christians at a Jewish Church of Uganda. At a Jewish Church of Uganda, he even went as far as constructing a Jewish Church of Uganda. He did not only put money in the construction of a Jewish Church of Uganda, he has also put money in the construction of a Jewish chapel. That means his belief was in one God. He did not sleep in that house alive.